is the end of a 12-hour standoff in South Jersey.
The dramatic scene played out here in Gloucester Township. Authorities say a man barricaded himself inside a home and fired shots at police, forcing neighbors to evacuate and nearby schools to shut down.
Action News reporter Jeanette Reyes has new details about the man who is now in police custody, and she's live from that standoff scene on Hampshire Road. Jeanette.
Well, Rick and Sarah, we're just a few yards away from the home where this all happened. The scene very much active because this investigation is now underway. I want to show you something just to show you how deadly this could have been. Take a look at this armored vehicle that they pulled up for us here. You can see one of the bullet holes that went through the steel. Of course, it did not injure the officers, but it's one of 22 rounds fired with the rifle from the suspect. Police tell us they did not fire a single round throughout this 12-hour standoff. After 12 hours, 2 police Bearcat vehicles and multiple shots fired at police, this is how a tense standoff ended this morning in a home off of Hampshire Road in Sicklerville. Police say the unidentified suspect fired at officers and armored vehicles that were packed with tactical members.
The situation did resolve with we have in custody a male who has been injured. I can't not give you the extent of his injuries nor his name at this time. I will tell you that his injuries were not caused by law enforcement action.
This is audio a neighbor recorded of an officer speaking into a bullhorn, sounding fatigued several hours into negotiations, asking the suspect to turn himself in.
We've been trying to, I guess, get him to come out over the loudspeaker.
Rattled residents who were sheltered in place gave us real-time updates over the phone as the situation unfolded just houses away.
This is not safe to me at all.
Angeline Gonzalez was locked down at home with her son. Officers were heavily armed outside.
When I came out just to see what's going on, he said, just go inside. He said the guy has a semi and it could reach to where we were.
Meanwhile, her boyfriend and other residents waited at a nearby high school where classes were canceled, growing increasingly concerned about their loved ones.
When she told me she says gunshots, I'm like, wait, we just moved in the area. So I'm like, well, that sounds really strange.
By 9:30, the barricade was over. The suspect in custody and the shelter in place finally lifted for residents. Coming back out live to us, you can see again that one of the bullet holes hitting the windshield. Police saying before they had these vehicles, they would have been hiding behind trees and cars, but this was a life-saving, really, device that they were able to use throughout the standout. Now, this barricade situation. Now, a couple of things that remain unanswered this morning is what prompted this barricade in the first place. Also, police say a woman was also taken out of this home. They're going to be interviewing her. They're not sure what role, if any, she played in this barricade. But again, that man is being interviewed by police, as is the woman. He was injured, but we're told he has not been sent to the hospital.
I am Harry Earl. The last name is E-A-R-L-E, Chief of Police, Gloucester Township Police, and I am joined by Mayor of Gloucester Township, Mayor David Mayer.
Good morning.
So I want to report some very limited details with you, but I do want to share that the situation has been resolved, and we are in the process of bringing those that were evacuated back to their homes, and also send the message out to the community that if they come out of their homes, we are no longer requesting or requiring by any means that shelter in place. The neighborhood is safe. The situation did resolve with we have in custody a male who has been injured. I can't not give you the extent of his injuries nor his name at this time. I will tell you that his injuries were not caused by law enforcement action. And we also recovered a female from the residence who is not injured. And we obviously have an investigation to conduct and interview her and gather some more details. All of those details we will have for you in a later press release with much more information that we can provide you and probably paint a better, clear picture. I will tell you that as the Chief of Police, and I'm sure the Mayor will agree, that certainly very proud of the hard work of the many first responders here today, multi-jurisdictional response here in Camden County, and even involving the F.B.I. as well that responded to this scene to see if we needed assistance.
Chief, would it be fair to say that this was a domestic situation got out of hand?
We do not have that information yet. Once we learn the exact situation, we'll be sure to share you, but I couldn't say for sure at this point.
You know how many rounds were fired?
I don't have the exact number at this time.
An adult male was taken into custody?
Yes.
And can you say whether he lived at the home or was associated with that house?
He was associated with the home. I can't specifically say if he lived there.
conduct all of this in the first place?
We're still doing those interviews and gathering that information.
What kind of response did you have? You mentioned the size of the response. Can you go a little bit to it, the degree you can, about the size and extent of this response?
Obviously, numerous patrol officers on duty initially from the Gloucester Township Police Department, the Gloucester Township Special Response Team, SWAT Team, Camden County Sheriff's Department, and numerous first responders, including our local fire departments, EMS, and assistance from the Camden County Department of Public Safety as well.
Chief, we saw a door was knocked off and taken off. Was a Bearcat used to go in to extricate, or did he just walk through kind of the response in terms of getting that guy out, or did he walk out peacefully?
I can't give you the exact details, but I will tell you that the Gloucester Township Armored Rescue Vehicle, Bearcat, as well as the Camden County Sheriff's Department Armored Rescue Vehicle, also a Bearcat, were both used during this incident at the same time.
Did
Like a robot? Any robots?
Robots were used during the operation as well,
Was
yes.
it a Bearcat?
That's correct, yes.
police ever fire any shots? I know you said previously no, but did that change?
That's correct. No shots were fired by police.
Was he by himself?
On his injuries at all?
I cannot at this point.
Were they life-threatening?
I can't say. Yeah, we're still investigating.
Was he alone in the house, or was there anybody else in there with him?
There was an adult woman that we're interviewing now that we recovered from the home that is uninjured.
Was she a victim or?
We want to spend some time interviewing her to determine really what occurred inside of the home, but that's certainly a focus of our investigation.
Related to the suspect family, or are you able to say?
I'm not able to say.
A resident of the home?
I'm not certain of that.
How was the suspect apprehended?
I can't give those details right now.
How would you, if you can, how could you characterize the negotiations that went on overnight into this morning with respect?
Well, certainly the diligence, I think, by all of the police officers and the negotiating team were here. But in terms of the exact details, I can't give. But I will tell you that all the officers worked here very hard, both in the tactical sense and certainly the negotiating sense as well.
I mean, did he seem coherent or anything like that? You know?
I can't really give those details right now.
What time was this resolved?
It was resolved within the last 20 minutes or so.
Did police breach the home to apprehend?
The Bearcats were utilized to assist in making entry to the home, yes.
Is the suspect alive?
You've already said this, but what message would you like to send out to the community today, considering the schools were closed, considering this went on for 12 to 14 hours, the patience that they had to exhibit to let law enforcement do the work that they needed to?
I think certainly the cooperation from the community. We certainly, the very beginning, including yourselves, worked to keep them informed, and they were very responsive. And I think that's reflective, really, of the relationship and the constant communication that we have with all members of the community. It was important, and we had the platforms to deliver those kinds of messages that help keep them safe.
Why were schools closed?
Well, obviously, we're in a situation where at the school, and bus and children walking through where we had a gentleman firing at police officers was a dangerous condition that we didn't want children or really anyone exposed to at that point in the neighborhood.
Have you ever been called out to that home in the past?
I don't have that information right now.
By the way, is the suspect alive?
I can't give in any details on extended injuries
By
right
the way, for those of us who were late here, what's the address of this, especially now that it's
I know it's Hampshire Road. I'm not certain of the exact number.
Hampshire Road in the
Brittany Woods Development, that's correct.
Is there any chance schools will open late now since it's still before 10, or they're just going to call it a day?
My understanding is, in speaking with the superintendents, no. I think at this point it would be too late to resume schools.
Do you have an age for the suspect?
I do not have his exact age. No, I'm sorry.
Does he have children?
I don't have that information.
There are no children in the home, though?
No.
Can you tell us what time it started, what the initial call was?
The initial call was about 8:05 p.m. and the call was for a report of shots fired in the area.
Do you know if that came from inside the home or neighbors?
The call came in from neighbors.
From neighbors.
Yes.
Were there weapons?